Hello and welcome to episode 120 of the Focus on Gaming podcast. I am Duncan, and that's it this week. So Martin and Tom both have unfortunate issues with health or busyness, so it's just me, I'm afraid. It will probably be a short one because I've got no one to disagree with me, which means everything I say goes. So if you listen to last week's episode, that means PS1 becomes number one. Although I'm sure that Martin and Tom will have something to say about that next episode. Anyway, so I'm going to go through a few things that I've been playing and then go over the Game Awards, which were last week. And don't think there was many surprises, but there was some good information and some announcements that don't hold your breath for anything soon, particularly big. But yeah, there was some announcements. Anyway, so as regular listeners know, I have a Rock Xbox Ally and an Xbox. So this week I've been playing the absolutely amazing and sort of classic game of the year, BRATZ Rhythm and Style. Yes, yes, yes. And if you can't guess the sarcasm from that, then there's no saving you. But yes, I did play that just so that you didn't have to. It was an awful game. It has a rhythm game part of it, which for some reason it's got really weird buttons set up. Or if you've played Fortnite Festival and played the music rhythm game in that, then you know that is left and right, and on the Xbox X and B, whereas I presume PlayStation it will be square and circle, and the left and right on the D-pad. So, and you can probably change it. This one, no, you can't. I think I've got a feeling it's X and Y, but why they didn't choose X and B? So maybe Fortnite have that copyrighted. I don't know. But anyway, that part is pretty bad. And then you've got the whole fact that it's brats and they just, they talk like this. Oh my God. Oh yeah. They're just talking about, how, they're sticking with fashion and, oh God, it's just terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Basically takes, sort of, strengthening women's place in society back about 25 years. So don't play it. Don't buy it for your daughter. Don't buy it for anyone. It is on Game Pass, but there is no need to play it. And yeah, it's a 2 out of 10, maybe a 4 out of 10 if you like that kind of thing. But it still would only be a 4 out of 10. Anyway, so onto a game that actually isn't too bad. There is a spiritual sequel to Ultimate Chicken Horse called Ultimate Sheep Raccoon. Now, it isn't the same kind of game. It has the same sort of things going on with it, but it's sort of like if the Trials games, so the biking games, and Ultimate Chicken Horse had a baby. So you have a course that you've got to go along on a bike, and you can do tricks, only single button tricks, and you can flip over. And there's various things that you can put down in the level to help you get to the end or hinder other people's ability to get to an end. So, yeah, great little party game. Will it supersede my love of Ultimate Chicken Horse? Probably not. I do prefer the platforming style, but the more I played it with my little boy. The more we played it, the more we enjoyed it, and part of it was just not being used to it, and so the more we got used to it, really like it. So if you like Ultimate Chicken Horse, give it a go. It's absolutely fantastic. and it has the same kind of thing. It has a level editor, so you can download other people's levels, and yeah, fantastic little game. And then also coming out on Game Pass was a game about digging a hole, which, strangely enough, it is a game where you dig a hole. And that's it. It's one of those basic ones where you have a shovel. In this case, you have a shovel. You get some stuff. You sell stuff. You get a bigger, or your battery lasts longer, and you upgrade yourself. And eventually, you can get down to the bottom of the hole, where there is some moles for you to avoid and find the treasure. And once you have found the treasure, you can then unlock what they call achievement mode, which is basically playing the game to unlock achievements. So you don't really unlock any achievements until you've got down to the bottom, which if you do play it, it's 100 meters. 100 meters is the bottom of the hole. And if you do fancy a quick version of completing it, then look up, there is a tile near the table that you can click on and immediately get $10,000 every time you click. So that means you can complete the game in probably about 15 minutes, probably quicker than that. But yeah, so it's not really a game of the year kind of thing, but hey, kills a couple of hours, and yeah, it's all right. And there's a little twist near the end of the game, which I won't spoil. But yeah, dig to the bottom of the hole, get past the moles, and you'll find out. Right. So that's what I've been playing, as well as Hitman as usual, because you can kill Slim Shady at the moment. Bit of a weird one, that. And it's set in Hokkaido, but it's completely changed to be sort of some fever dream of M&M's, where you can kill off Slim Shady. And yeah, so I think you play it for free. So even if you don't own the game, you can play it for free at the moment. Or it might just be running out this week. But I would highly recommend Hitman to buy for anyone. It's the most replayable game that I know. Yeah, so anyway, right, the Game Awards, they happened, and the game that had the most nominations, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, did sweep the board near enough, won most of the categories it was nominated in, including Game of the Year, which I don't think most people agree. There are some people that disagree, which I'll see if you didn't play it or you don't like turn-based games. But I would highly recommend, even if you think you don't like turn-based games, to play the game. You can make it easier for yourself if you don't want to do that kind of thing. But everything about it, because it won, I'll go through what it won. It won Game of the Year. It won Art Direction, Game Direction, Narrative Performance by Jennifer English, Score and Music. So not Sound Design. Sound Design, I think, was won by Battlefield 6. So this is literally the soundtrack. Best Independent Game, Best RPG, Best Debut Indie Game. Yeah. So it is an absolutely amazing game. And there's various people who disagreed, because it wasn't, an indie game if they're getting other people to help. But they're a small developer, so they needed outside people to help with it. So, but yeah, it's a fantastic game. It is going to go down as a classic game that absolutely, whether it gets an actual direct successor or just a similar game in the style and how it works. But yeah, graphics are amazing. The sound, there's very few games that I play that I just sit there and listen to the music. And when you have a campfire that you can go to in the game, which is like the area where you can upgrade and save and chat to other characters, And sometimes I would just go in there, put one of the songs on. There's a gramophone there, you can pick the songs, and just put one of the songs on, just listen to it. So absolutely fantastic, thoroughly deserved, in my opinion, for Game of the Year, and I think it will go down as a classic game. It's one that people will be talking about in 20 years, 30 years. But other than that, you had action adventure Silksong. So Silksong did win something. You had Hades 2, won best action game. Best family game, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and things like that. So yeah, there was other winners, and finally, No Man's Sky won the best ongoing game. I don't know how many years it is since it's come out, but the fact is that they're still doing massive updates on that game. And if you want one of the most in-depth, largest games that you could possibly have, No Man's Sky is it. And it's available at a reasonable price nowadays. You don't. It's not a $60 or £60 game, so just go and get it. Go into creative mode if you don't really want a really deep game, and yeah, just build stuff, just fly around, shoot things, whatever. Great game, No Man's Sky. I think I do own it on 3 devices now. Yeah, or 3 different, like Xbox and 2 PC stores. And then Mario Kart World, best sports racing game. And Final Fantasy Tactics, I want to say Ivalice Chronicles. Don't actually, haven't heard that, but personally, I voted for the Alters in that game. The Alters had a fantastic story, and apparently there is some DLC that's out for that now. So yeah, go off and play the Alters. Fantastic. And then best adaptation, so in other words, cartoon or TV, movie or whatever. The Last of Us Season 2 won. Now, best community support was won by Baldur's Gate 3, and now they had a big announcement, as in Larian Studios. They announced a game called Divinity, which it was only a teaser trailer. But I think after Baldur's Gate 3 has brought Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2 into more people's lives, I think this is going to be a humongous game. And if it even slightly touches onto the brilliance of Baldur's Gate 3, it's going to be a game of the year for whenever it comes out. Most of the games that were announced are either late 2026 or no date or 2027. So most of the games that were announced, there was a couple of things, some DLC and whatnot that were sort of out now kind of thing, but nothing spectacular. Now, for me personally, the biggest announcement was Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic. Now, you might think, it's another Star Wars game, or, but why can't I go off and play Star Wars Outlaws or Knights of the Old Republic or Battlefront? This is a single-player RPG, an action RPG, that is being directed by Casey Hudson. Now, for those of you that don't know, Casey Hudson is a developer, and this is a pretty good bundle of work that he's done. Now, this is the games that he's been the director of: Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3. So, Mass Effect, one of the greatest trilogies of all time. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, still for many people the greatest Star Wars game there is. Probably myself included in that. I remember playing it on PC, I believe, and absolutely loving that game. So if he can get anywhere near the level of choice and expansiveness of Knights of the Old Republic and the Mass Effect games, then yeah, it will be absolutely fantastic. Now, again, this was the same as other games where there wasn't an announcement of a date. It was just a teaser. But that is one that everybody should be keeping an eye on. So it definitely was a night for RPGs winning. So between Divinity, Star Wars, Fate of the Old Republic, and Clair Obscur winning pretty much everything that it was in, then yeah, RPGs are here to stay. Not to say that things like Arc Raiders did win, I believe, best multiplayer, and yeah, Battlefield 6 won. Yeah, best multiplayer was Arc Raiders, and Battlefield 6 won best audio design. So yeah, your action games aren't going anywhere either. So, but RPGs, yeah, they go through swings and roundabouts, and it's definitely a swing in the right direction at the moment. And if you like RPGs, you've got a very exciting couple of years. And yeah, most anticipated game for 2026 was, of course, the big GTA 6, which originally was meant to be 2025, but then was put down to May and then down to November in 2026. So if it gets delayed again, it'll possibly be 2027. But next year we do have 007 First Light and The Witcher 4, possibly. So lots to look out for 2026. But we will have an update of like an episode where we look forward, name our things that we are most looking forward to. And we will be having an episode of our review of 2025. And we will say whether we agree with some of these decisions by the Game Awards, which obviously are voted by people. So maybe, but we'll see, because obviously we have three very different voices on the Focus on Gaming podcast. And I think we might have some different ideas about what game of the year is from Martin and Tom. Anyway, focusongaming.co.uk. Like, subscribe. Yeah, really would help us if you review us as well. Wherever you listen to us, hopefully 5 stars. And yeah, and on that note, bye.